can't stop an addiction. An addiction is addiction. You can stop it for a little while, but you'll go right back to it. It ruined my life because I lost my mother, I lost my father. I don't even get to see my mother. My mother's always in and out of jail for selling drugs, getting caught buying drugs, getting caught doing drugs. It's affected my life because I'm not with her and I wish I was. She doesn't really call, she lies to me. Instead of just still, I'm 15 years old and she still can't tell me the truth. Tell me what my mom was like growing up in New York.
I remember your mother was my pride and joy. I expected a lot from from your mother. She was a sweet child, and she was always a good daughter until the age of 14. She came out pregnant, and I couldn't believe she had done such a thing.
My mother had 4 different kids from 3 different men. By 28, she was addicted to drugs. I lived with her in Philadelphia until I was 10. By then, things were bad and I was taken to New York to live with my grandmother. I think parents who do drugs mess up their kids' head, mess up their mentality. They tell them things that won't really happen. Like my mom calls every Christmas, "Oh, what you want for Christmas?" And I tell her the same thing, "I want you to be here for Christmas." She's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be there." She never comes. She never calls on Christmas. She'll call like a week and a month later to see how we're doing. But it's not the same. And my grandma's always telling me, don't listen to your mother because she puts stuff in your head that hurts you even more. Why do you think that she turned out this way?
I don't know. That I don't know. Maybe I failed her. I was working all the time. I was working, and I'm not saying that my marriage was the best. We had a very violent relationship. Maybe that's it. But I tried to give your mother what I'm giving to you, the best I can. And you finding it hard, put yourself in your mother's place. What did I do wrong? What am I doing wrong now?
Well, I took a walk around the world to ease my troubled mind. I left my body lying somewhere in the sands of time. But I watched the world float to the dark side of the moon. I feel there's nothing I can do. Yeah.
My grandma and I had a lot of problems. We didn't get along. So I went to Philly to see my mother for the first time in 3 years. I heard she was clean. I thought I could convince her to come back to New York and live. Maybe there was a chance for a happy ending.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Philadelphia. Expected time was 6 o'clock. It is now 5:52. Thank you for your cooperation with the cell phone. And have a happy holiday.
Just give me the light. Just give me the light. Just give me the light. Yo, yo. Just give me the light and pass the joe. What's another buckle of more? Yeah, let me know my sight and I got to know which one is gonna catch my flow. Cause I'm in a...
This is where my drug habit began again. Valerie's doing real messed up now. She's doing real messed up.
This is where my mom used to sell drugs. It's still the same.
Yeah.
This is where I used to hang out when my mom used to be selling drugs down the block.
What's up? Hey. What you doing?
I told you I'll be back.
I know,
It's an old little arcade that this guy that I knew made, but all the kids around there used to hang out there because most of their parents were on drugs, and I was one of those kids.
Oh, good try.
It all started in Philly. It was just me, my mom, and my father. And I had nobody to look to and nobody to run to. So after my father went to jail, my mom didn't have money to cop drugs and she didn't have a job. So I had turned 9 years old when she started getting worse and worse and worse. She started throwing up, and it looked like she was throwing up her insides and stuff because she was throwing out blood and stuff. So I was getting scared and scared. So one day I just got up and I stopped going to school for about a month. And I went to a gas station right around the corner from me and I started working. I used to make $50 a day and I used to give all of it to my mom, and I used to take about $5. And she used to get all the drugs that she needed. I seen her do it. And every time I just close my eyes and I think about it, it hurts. So tomorrow I'm going to interview my mother and see how she's been doing, if she's off drugs, if she's still on it, or if she's still up with it. I think she's off because everything's been going on right now and then, but I'm having fun. It's better than living with my grandmother. Your name and your relations to Chris?
My name is Lizette Lugo, and I'm Christopher's mother. I've been getting high for 20 years.
What kind of drugs were you on?
Heroin and crack cocaine. I had an $800 habit a day.
Do you miss having your kids around?
Yes, I do. I don't want to go to New York because of people, places, and things. And I'm trying to stay clean. And since I've been here since '89 in Philadelphia, I've gotten around and I've gotten to know Philadelphia. I go to NA meetings and I go to IOP, Intensive Outpatient Program, and that keeps me clean.
My stepfather's name is Blue. He started living with my mom when I was 2. I love him, but unfortunately, he had the same taste for drugs as my mom. Both of them were in and out of jail constantly.
My name is Dean Ortiz, a.k.a. Blue. I'm Christopher's stepfather.
How long was you with my mom?
A little over 14 years.
How long were you on drugs?
Close to 20-something years. I come from the Badlands of Philadelphia. I guess I graduated from high school, and then after that I just started hanging out with the wrong crowd. I wanted to be part of the crowd, and one thing lead to another, and I just started using. I started off slowly with reefer, a little bit of beer, got into some pills, and then it led on to some heavy stuff, heroin, top of the line.
As a young man, did you ever think you'd turn to drugs?
No, it just, no, I think, and no young man really knows he's going to become a drug addict. This is something I don't hope nobody plans to become a drug addict. It just, drugs takes over your life, and drug was my life. And now I sit back and look at that, and I was a fool.
How long have you been off drugs?
Right now, close to 3 years.
Do you think you'll go back to drugs?
If I have it my way, I'm hoping not to. I just take it one day at a time right now.
Have you ever been to jail for drugs?
Yes, plenty of times.
We in here. We can get the drama poppin', we don't care. It's going down, cause I'm around. 50 Cent, you know how I get down, down. What up, blood? What up, cuz? What up, blood? What up, gangsta? What up, blood? What up, cuz? What up, blood? What up, gangsta?
Philly wasn't what I expected. My mom was different from what I had hoped. She's off drugs, but there's something missing. We can't go back to what it was like before she got on drugs. I when I first learned how to ride my bike, I remember she was there taking pictures and stuff, laughing with my other brother Charlie and my brother John. They had just took my training wheels off, so I started riding, and my mom was like, "Chris, you're doing it, you're doing it." And I was so happy. And then I fell into a puddle of mud, and my mom was there to pick me up. So I remember that. I love my mom to death. No matter how much drugs she takes, no matter what she does, that's my mother. She gave birth to me, so I'm in love with her.
It starts with one thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain in due time.
If you like this video, make sure to hit like, comment, and subscribe to keep up to date with all of our RealWorks YouTube videos. And don't forget to watch the films of the next generation of filmmakers.